Hi Maria, I thought I would just make up a quick document just so we could take a quick look and I could show you a couple of things. First thing is I thought I'd just test out the concordance. So for F3 I get all my results. Looks pretty good. If I try a different one, let's try this one down here. Even if we take a space at the end of that one, still getting some pretty good hits. If I come down here and take electrohydraulic F3, still get some pretty good hits. So I'm finding some pretty good stuff with that. But I wanted to show you some of these other settings. So maybe we just have a look and see how I'm actually currently set up at the moment, and maybe that will shed a bit of light on some things, I don't know. But let's take a look anyway. So first I go to my project settings. Let's look at my translation memory. I've got one translation memory. I just made this memory up, by the way. I just grabbed a couple of segments out of Lingui and stuck them into a TM from the DGT with about 10,000 TUs in it, and then just added these automotive things into it to create the TM. So it didn't take me too long. I've set my search up at 70, my concordance up at 30. I've enabled the fragment matching, which is this part here. So generally I find that the default I think is probably that, and I like to change that, so that's enabled. Cut that down to 1. If you get too many results, you can fine tune this so you don't get so many, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So that's the first thing that I'm set up. I've got my match repair turned on as well, so I can get some fuzzy match repairs, which might be interesting for you. And I've added a term base just so I can show you how that works too. So there's a number of things I'm going to show you in one go really quickly. First thing is, if I click on a segment, we did the concordance already, so I'm getting some results here. That little spanner means there's been a repaired match, so it's had a go at trying to repair the fuzzy to make it more correct. It looks like it might not be too bad. It's taken out the word Abo that was in the TM and suggested it without it. It's done that automatically. This is my term recognition in the top here, and you can see if I wanted to enter these words here, I can enter them pretty quickly just by typing the first letter, and they come straight there through auto suggest. These ones with the straightforward green cylinder are coming from my term base, which is here, and these ones with the little green and yellow are coming from my fragment matching. And these are sub-segment matches from my TM. So the way that works is that if I look down in here, if I scroll down, this is my fragment match window. You can put this anywhere you like. I've just put it there for the time being. As I scroll down, you can see all these sub-segment matches. You can tell they're sub-segment because they've got this little dotted line around the symbol. If it was a whole fragment, which I haven't got one there, then it would be blue, a blue solid line instead of the red dotted. But what I wanted to show you is it's picked up the sub-segment matches, so it's a bit like a concordance, but the difference is you see it in context, so it's showing you exactly what it thinks the translation is. It doesn't always get it completely right, because that actually should be electrohydraulic, but it's not bad. It did in that case, but it didn't in the other case. This one is probably wrong, because I guess it's supposed to have the hyphen in there. I don't know. But I fiddled with it a bit just to try and get some different TUs. So if I was just entering that word, I could just straight away put it straight in like that, either from the auto suggest or from my term base. So it's pretty straightforward. And as I move down there, you can see that I'm getting these sort of matches on all of these segments. So I'm getting matches in my TM, I'm getting matches over there on the fragment window, and I'm getting hits in my term base. So there's a lot of places, and if you use the term base as you're working, you'll get a lot of benefit from it. The way the term base hits work, if I just put that one in there, just assume this is all entirely correct. So say for example I wanted to add another one in here, so let's say Brooker, and it's probably just Bridge Brooker, I don't know, but if I wanted to add that as a term, I can just quick add new term like that, and it's going to add the new term in there for me. It's now there. So then when I come along, you can see now this is highlighted red over the top, so I can add a new term in, and I could automatically use this. It gets used for fuzzy match repair. It can be pulled up while I'm working, and it's pretty quick. And actually, if you dock the term base window, sometimes I think that is a good thing to do, and maybe even change the default layout to the flags layout, just because sometimes it renders a little bit quicker. It's not as easy to edit terms in this mode, it's easier in default, but this can be better sometimes when you're just working. If I was to dock that, so let's just dock that into place. Maybe move this over a bit. It's a bit difficult on one screen like this because I haven't got a lot of space. But if I dock it, then when you're working, if I take another word like this one, for example, I'm guessing that's probably what that means. I can quick add new term, and it's in, and I can carry on working. So it's pretty quick to add your terms as you're going along, and then you're going to get more recognition from your term base. So we imagine if that one is also a correct answer, I want to take some things from there. Let's say I wanted to add that. I can add new term. I can carry on working. Anyway, you get the idea. So you can build up that term base bigger and bigger and bigger as you're going along very quickly, and you'll get a lot of use from it as the term base grows. So I'd recommend you use the term base. I'd recommend you have a go at the fragment matching. All of those things might help you. I know that wasn't a very structured demonstration, but I just wanted to show you quickly what could be done using some content that looked a little bit similar to the stuff that you're using at the moment. So it's all in your project settings. Under the search to turn on the fragment matching. Under the match repair to turn on and off the match repair. I'd recommend you keep the batch tasks off. If you set this up in your file options so it becomes the default, if you have that on, you'll find it takes a lot longer to prepare your projects if you're using full projects, because when it runs the analysis, it will try and analyze how much benefit you're getting from the fuzzy match repairs, and that can take quite a long time. So I'd recommend you keep that one off, but keep the editor on. And that's it. Anyway, I hope that was going to be useful for you.